Have you ever noticed when you try to read the Bible, you always find yourself getting distracted? That's why a lot of people, unfortunately, don't read their word a lot, because they find themselves getting distracted, which isn't something to be worried about, because us humans get distracted about the littlest things, even me. And I'll tell you why. To read something without speaking, just using your mind, requires an incredible amount of mental discipline, not allowing your mind to wander off. But I'll tell you why the mind wanders off. It's a neurological thing that God put in us, our mind. Our mind doesn't work its best in a thoughtful way. The mind works best in a visual way, and I'll tell you what that means. Let's say, for example, you go to watch a car race. If you're sitting there, you're not moving, but you're paying attention because you see all the cars moving around, and you can easily distinguish who's winning or losing. And since you are seeing things in your range of vision, your mind is able to be stimulated that way because it's seeing things and processing it in its own being. But when you're reading a book, especially the Bible, where it's really big and sometimes it feels like a lot of lists, you're just reading words. You're reading letters. You're not seeing anything going on that's going to stimulate your mind. So therefore, your mind gets anxious and starts looking for other things to keep itself occupied. It's a neurological thing. That's why we get so obsessed with scrolling on social media, because we're always seeing videos and pictures, things to stimulate our mind and to process them, including this. But I'm here to help you with a way that you can read the Bible without feeling distracted. I tried this myself and it worked tremendously. I wanted to read the book of Micah, but I kept finding myself get distracted. So I found a way to get my mind disciplined, and that is by reading orally. Reading out loud keeps yourself in attention. You pay attention because you are hearing the words you are reading, and therefore your mind tries to process them, and therefore you pay attention and you don't lose what you've read. Of course, the only downside is that it takes longer to read out loud. But trust me, I read all 7 chapters of Micah out loud, and I felt so much more refreshed than if I did reading in my mind, which I read really fast if I'm not speaking. But reading out loud was so worth it. I hope you guys try it, because you will not forget those things you've learned. I hope you put this into practice, and hopefully that helped you and your relationship with God can go deeper. Pray for everyone, guys. Take care.